What's up, guys? Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz back again. We're gonna run through Green and BanG Volume 2 today. It's like mostly Afterglow and RAS, and a little bit of Pastel Palettes. I'm joined today by Andy and Brian, and our special guest Dean from Burn One.
Hello.
And we're gonna get right into it. Andy, tell us about this Ron.
Sure thing. Got Ron from Afterglow. When your character's trigger check reveals a treasure icon, or as I like to call them, bars, you can draw a card. If you do, discard a card from your hand to the waiting room. So a bar filter, okay, and flip for a brainstorm. Search your deck. Isn't this like the same thing that Bait has?
Bates is clock filter, which is a little more selective. Yeah.
So when you're, I mean, that's and the bar goes to your hand first, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still bar filter. I think this is just straight better than the rest 2 brainstorm. Obviously, like this is just straight up better. I'm also gonna give it an A. I agree with Dean. This is like,
is there a good 8-bar build for
yes.
Afterglow? Because I mean, Mocha's your top end. What's your level 1 combo?
You could play the Roka from the Trial deck. Doesn't have to be.
You could.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. But yeah, they have a lot of combos off Gold Bar. Even if you're only running 4, this is better than the other one because it's self-rest. Just straight up.
I'd straight up give the card the S. I think that's one of the things that makes Fate so broken is the.
Yeah, but it's different because it grabs cards out of claw.
I'd rather draw a
better.
card off the top of my deck than on my claw, I think.
Depends on how big your
Or
clock
maybe
is.
not. I don't know. It's nice that you get to discard the card, not put it back into your clock, though.
Well, no, you ditch for the other bar filter too.
Yeah, it's just top of deck goes the clock.
Oh, like you could randomly just clock something good though.
The big thing here is that Afterglow didn't have a self-rest brainstorm, and this is self-rest brainstorm, so big up
And it's
thumbs.
fucking broken.
Yeah,
Those filter cards are insane.
Pretty good one. All right, let's talk about an extremely broken card. Brian, tell us about this $25 bill.
All right, we have Supreme Music Layer. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, mill 2 gets 1,000 power times the number of music character hit. So this 4,000 can be 4,000 power. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you can pay 1 clock from top if you do salvage a level 1 or lower character. So it is a oversized Ricky that mills you. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, so Bang Dream didn't have a Ricky. Now they do. It's also completely unrestricted, despite being a RAS card. Just salvages anything. Mills 2 before it salvages.
Yeah, level 1 or lower character.
Like, attacks in at 4K. Like, broken card, $25 card. Like,
Mill is good too.
You run like
a lot of Bang Dream.
Oh wow.
A lot of Bang Dream, like older or different set combos, struggled with Mill, I think.
Yeah, they would like run Saya to facilitate Mill, and now they don't have to.
Oh yeah, this is so much better.
Yeah, because it's just a Ricky. Like, it's just straight up. It's just like, this is, so if you are lucky enough to get in a RAS playset pre-order, for like they're going like $100 to $140. This card pays for your RAS playset. Straight up, it's like $100 for a playset easy on release, and it'll only go up. You run
How many do you think you run in a
3 to 4 in every deck.
Build?
3 to 4 in every deck, straight up. It's completely unrestricted, free mill, broken.
Yeah, you could play it and everything.
Yeah, you just play it in every single fucking deck.
There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
I think Bang Dream's getting a lot of green fix now. Like they have the runner from the last set.
It lets you splash Mocha easier.
I think it was Ron or Mocha was the runner.
The runner's Himari, but the runner's
Yeah, the
garbage.
Himari free runner's really good, and then you have this too. I mean, it's a lot of green you have at 0 now. Makes splashing probably a lot easier.
It makes splashing green in the meta build easier, depending on which route you want to go. But like, I don't know, you just run this card at 3 or 4.
Makes Himari better, like level 2 Himari, because you can.
Yeah.
Heal her.
3 to 4 in every deck, easily. S tier card is like one of the most important cards in the set. The other one's like in blue, like unbelievably important card.
Hey, if you pull these up, if you pull these cards, hit me up on Twitter. Make sure you put the right one at the end, Carmen, not the wrong one. Hopefully
Sure.
you fixed it.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. Next card.
This one me.
This is you, Carmen.
This is
Yeah,
Carmen,
it's
yeah.
me. This Samugi, it's a global 1500. It's a level 3. When you play it, you heal 1. And then it also has an alarm effect. At the beginning of your main phase, you can pay 1. It's on the top of your clock. Use an Eternal Sunset in your waiting room, return it to your hand. That is the finisher climax. It is a bar. I didn't put it on this slide because I'm stupid.
Eternal Sunset is an event.
It's an event?
It's an event. It's a 1-0 counter event. If you don't have an Afterglow character, you can't play it.
Free!
Choose a card from your hand and an Afterglow character in your clock and swap them. Choose an Afterglow character, and that character gains 2,000 power till end of turn.
Oh, well, that effect sucks.
The clock effect's a plus on this. You pay 1 plus the card. It apple bonds to your
It does, and we do like Apple Bonds.
It's
Or
just
bonds
pay
to
1
your
plus.
event.
Back row healer. I don't know. 1500. I'd rather play a level assist. The Mocha level assist that's a brainstorm is better than this. Don't like it. A D plus. It's fine. Or it's a healer. C minus.
It really just depends how good the event ends up being.
Not
don't-
very, probably.
I don't really like it that much. In any existing Afterglow builds, I'd rather run the Mocha back row. But whatever. All right, next.
So this is if you have 4 more Raise a Solon, it's a early play. If you have 2 or more Raise a Solons, it's a 10k. And it has Accelerate on a 3/2 early play. Top card of, or no, music character from waiting room to bottom of clock.
The fuck?
Very strange. On the turn it's played at the beginning, only on the turn it's played. At the beginning of climax phase, you can do this to give it 1500 power, and then it gains on attack search 2.
2 Raise a Sulon characters or yes events.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so it only searches Raise a Soul. Right about so it's very trait restricted, which was, I mean, a given the fact the early play condition is like 4 more others. And then you search
2.
the strongest. Oh, the
I think that's the
2/2 I
one
think is
from the
like a heal
trial
event,
deck.
right? Isn't the 2/2 a heal event?
Yeah, let me check
It's
that.
a Neg Soul event. It's 2.
Oh yeah, it's a double neg soul, right? It's -2 soul to 2 lanes, or is it 1 lane only?
All your characters are.
No, it's 1 lane.
One lane, but you get 2 of them. So this is a 3/6 double neg soul wall.
The way you described it makes it so unappealing.
But I just said what it was.
It is what it is. It
You
also
can't even
clocks
refute that.
I mean, music character from waiting room to bottom of clock is better than top of deck.
That's true.
Yeah, and then like it like thins your deck so that you don't even need to use the neg soul immediately, right?
Yeah, you can hold
Because
it. It removes 2.
Yeah, because you get compressed.
It is on play though, so it greatens the chance that you'll attack into climax. You thin before attacks.
No, it's on attack. It searches too. Well, yeah, at the same time, yeah, you're more likely to trigger because of that. But that's
yeah,
like
it's when this
minimal-ish.
attacks. Yeah, it is smaller. It's not at the same timing as the pay, as the cost. I mean, for your RAS deck, you run this, right? But like only in RAS,
Yeah,
Obviously.
you definitely don't play this anything else.
like C plus, niche plus.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Doesn't-
event's pretty good, and like you can search 2 of them off this, and that can potentially just negate your opponent's turn, just cancel all their attacks.
I mean,
Essentially,
it's still
minus-
only for
you get
RAS.
you get 2 minus soul events, which can shut down 2 of their lanes for taking 1 total clock from the accelerate.
Yeah,
And you have the utility to get Raise a Sulon characters if you want to.
gets into your finisher or whatever.
And it's an early play, so you can actually play it at level 2 and set yourself up for whatever you want.
Blocking yourself at level 2 is a big cost though, but it is a +2, so evens itself out. Unlike some other effects. Just pluses 2 cards to hand.
I think it's this is one of the payoffs for going all Reze Sulan, is that you get really good access to that counter event.
Yeah, if you're all RAS, I think you run this in some capacity.
And you
Very
don't even need a
easily.
full field for the event. I'm reading the event. You just have to be mono Reze Sulan. And so far, it's looking like Reze Sulan has the tools to be a pretty decent standalone deck.
It does it? I mean, I guess.
I don't know.
Playable.
They got the what, I don't know her name, the one we were gushing about, the S.
Oh,
yeah,
the
I got
layer?
Ricky.
The Ricky,
Ricky,
there's the
yeah.
Brainstorm and the trial
You mean
deck.
the Batman Ninja? No, it's the cat. Yeah, it's the Batman. It's the Batman. Ricky.
There's the trial deck
Yeah.
combo and the
Oh, it is
Brainstormer
Batman.
and the trial deck.
It is literally Batman.
We do love Batman.
Well, no, Batman's on Climax hit, right? This is better than Batman. Bang Dream card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is better than Batman, but that's only because Batman is actually the worst. But
I'm gonna give it a bump up to A. I think it's a pretty good card. I like it.
This art also gave me nightmares.
it's pretty terrible.
Any rating?
What, you don't
it's like a
glasses,
B.
girl?
Yeah.
It's like a B, but like you're playing bad cards to play this,
Yeah, you're playing RAS to play this mono.
and like it's not even that good of a payoff.
I think Raz has the tools, you know.
It's like I said, it's literally
That
a
counter event's pretty
A6
good.
double next soul.
Double 3/6 double next soul.
That's literally how you assess this card. Not only that, but you have to accelerate too.
Yeah,
Whatever.
So this 3/6.
Whatever.
Well,
You gotta accelerate to
if you don't
victory.
take damage, it doesn't matter.
I guess. Yeah, this 3/6 must be what the stock building accelerate from the trial deck is building toward.
Oh no.
See, we're getting places. We're getting places.
All right, next card. Have we wrapped
Oh.
On
around?
this one.
This one's me,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So this has alarm. It's a level 0 1K. If it's on the top of your clock and you have an afterglow character at the beginning of climax phase, top check 2, and then put them back in any order. Which is pretty good. It's pretty good. And then it also has if it's on the board, you can tap it to give a card 1500 power, and if that card has alarm, it gets 2500 instead. So this is like
Danced 2500 power.
What do you
instead.
mean? Just gains, dude. Luke never makes
Okay.
mistakes.
this is. I don't think you play this.
Yeah, the first effect is fine, but it's alarm. Like, I'd rather it be on play, and the second effect is like, what the fuck? Like, this card sits in the back row but doesn't do anything else. Like passively, you have to rest it.
I don't think the first effect is very relevant for an afterglow deck, especially if you're using like Mocha as the finisher. Like,
Well, if
there's
you
overlap there.
if you want power pump, like Afterglow just gets free power on its fucking turn all the time. It has no problem getting over on its own turn.
That's
No
true.
matter what. It's like their own, it's like their thing. They randomly get fucking massive. So like why do you need more power?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's bad.
I think it's a liability to put this in your deck, unless maybe I could see it in like a Hello Happy World deck or something, like splashing green in your Hello Happy deck, and then
What?
you
No.
look at the
Yeah,
top
it
two
only
cards
buffs
to-
Afterglow.
Well, no, it gets to do the effect to look at the top two
You have to have an Afterglow
when you're
character
trying
on
to do
field.
the
If
thing
you
with
have an
Mocha Row and
Afterglow
get them to
character.
cancel.
It only has an Afterglow character. It's too
If
trait
you-
locked.
If this is on top of your clock, if you have an Afterglow character.
Yeah, I think that's too
So I
trait
mean,
locked.
run like the Hamari runner, run this, run maybe one of
Yeah, I mean, that's at the beginning of
Oh.
Climax phase. It's too trait locked.
I'm just thinking outside the box here, you know.
Yeah, I just don't think it's good enough. Moving on. Is this back around? Andy,
This
this is
is
you.
back around now. Yeah, we got. I think this is Mocha, right?
Yeah.
If there are 5 or more cards in your hand, it gets 2,000 power, kind of like Armin, 3,500. Alarm. It's on top of your clock, and you have 2 or more Afterglow characters. At the beginning of your main phase, you can discard a Climax and choose an Afterglow character in your waiting room added to your hand. So Climax fixes you if you have Afterglow characters during your main phase.
It's like an
I like the fact that it sits at
oversized
3,500.
like an oversized clock climax bitch. I don't like the second effect at all.
No.
3,500 loners, or like 3,500 praise on. I don't think it's enough.
No, I think I'd rather just.
You'd
play
have to be
4K.
at 3,500 level 1. I'd rather play
Yeah.
4K.
Rather play 4K with drawback instead of this.
Moving
Right,
on.
if you're running an all Afterglow deck, I always start talking right as you see the next card.
No.
It always
Sorry.
happens. No, it's just kind of funny. You're running 8 gold bars, probably an Afterglow, right? So
Depends on the
nice way to
build.
filter those. If you're running like the 8 gold bar build,
They already
playing-
have climax stitchers though.
Yeah.
Cause like it's level 0.
and you have the bar filter too.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
like
a big fan of 3,500, but maybe it's not playable enough.
all right, Brian.
Alright,
Tell us about
you can move on now.
All right, we've got overlapping music Eve. On your turn, if you have 4 colors, all your characters power. Rest 1 brainstorm. Flip 4 for each climax reveal. Choose. I assume that's Pastel Palette's character in your waiting room. Return it. to your hand.
Yeah, I can see it on the card. Yeah. So this is a normal self rest brainstorm for Pastel Palettes. The other ones are rest 2, I think.
Yeah.
They are, but both the other ones are really nutty.
Yeah, the other ones are like on play, scry 1, go for the number of characters. The other one is just number of characters and also has a climax combo.
Yeah.
So this is just like,
Well, the other ones are rest 5 or search flip 5.
Yeah, the others are also like Mill 5, which is like pretty big.
this is like if you're trying to mix Pastel Palettes with like something else but only want to salvage, but I don't even know what it's for.
You're splashing Pastel Palettes into like some other deck.
Why wouldn't you just
I mean,
play Remy then? Remy is just better than this card.
Right.
Because it gives you colors, and Pastel Palettes needs 4 colors. Like,
I guess if you need green.
What is it? The I forget all these goddamn characters' names. The red one that's getting her hair done.
Chisato?
Chisato, yeah. Where if you have all 4 colors, she's like sits at 8K.
Well, you have to have the Maya in the back for her to sit at 8K. She sits at 7K without the Maya. And the Maya is also green.
Okay, it sits at 7K. The 107K if you have all 4 colors. And then this is a good way to enable that.
Yeah, but this is only on your turn power from back row.
I mean, the fact that it's a green brainstormer matters. When you're playing Pastel Palettes, if you're splashing it in, you have to think about color.
But you
The fact
had
that
the
this
Maya
is-
back row, which was a global 1K.
It's a frontal 1K.
Or yeah, frontal 1K. Like, isn't that like better than this?
It has the first
a
effect,
green
which
choice.
is hella cheese. The first effect, letting you fix your colors, I think makes the green Maya your ideal back row in any deck
Yeah.
that runs Pastel Palettes, which kind of makes me hate on the color even more here, like the color argument, because I think you run the Maya back row in literally every single fucking Pastel Palettes decks, not only
Yeah.
because it's green, but because the first effect, the first effect where it gets to at the beginning of your main phase swap the bottom card of clock with a Pastel Palettes character from waiting room. Not
Not as
only
useful as you'd think it would be.
well, it's not that. It's not just the color fixing. It's because the Aya from Girls Band Party Volume 2 exists, which is just on play, costless, like drop salvage, in combination with the Maya, which is a really, really powerful interaction. And literally every single Pastel Palettes deck is in red. They're always in red. in
Red's your
row.
front row because of the Chisato.
Yeah.
Green's going to be somewhere in your back row.
Well, no, I'm saying red's your front row in every Pastel Palettes deck, no matter what archetype, no matter what combo, you're always in red. No
Probably,
matter
yeah.
what. So, like, the Aya can go in any deck, and the Aya and the Maya is like an almost broken interaction. And I think that's enough of a reason to never even consider this card as a green back row ever. So I might even drop it down, but I mean, it's a brainstormer. I can't give it less than a C.
Yeah, I think it's
Pastel
just
Palettes
like
is one of those decks you really have to like. If you like brewing and tweaking and putting your own spin on things, you can kind of build it however you want. And I like that they're giving players the option to kind of have whatever color they need in the back row. You know what I mean?
I guess. But
If that makes sense. Like, if you have a...
it's just not as good as the Maya. The problem.
Probably not, no. But it is rest 1 and green for that purpose, so that's why I'll give it the B for that.
Alright, moving on.
So, is this one me?
Who went last?
That was me. It's your turn.
Oh, it's it's masking. The 3K, it can't side attack. And when you play it on the stage from your hand, you get to put a card from your hand in the stock if you want. I hate it.
I see. So you can build toward that 3/6. Yeah, it's
I
not.
don't like it. I would rather play a vanilla.
What? This is better than a vanilla.
I guess, yeah, it's slightly better than vanilla.
It's definitely better than a vanilla. But, I mean, like, put a card from hand into stock is, like, generally not the best effect.
No.
So,
Yeah,
Don't like it.
don't like it.
Not a fan.
so then, here's a card you will like. This is a 2/1. I don't know who this girl is. This
Lock.
is the girl with the cat ears, right? No, wait, no, it's not.
This is lock.
Oh, it is Lock. When this card attacks, if she's attacking at level 3, she gains 4,000 power and a soul. So she swings at an 11k, 2 soul.
2 soul.
And then when the opponent of this becomes reversed, it Time Machine Miku's, right?
Yeah.
Time Machine. Yeah. So here is the cool part. This thing is not going to actually Time Machine. Because this thing is going to swing at an 11k, and unless you are doing something absurd, like the level assist from the TD, chances are this thing's not actually running anything over. But if you're coupling this with the level assist, I guess this is pretty cool. It's like dual removal.
I think that even as just a 217k that can kill a level 1 and Time Machine Plus makes it somewhat better. And like it can come back and maybe kill a weak early play with some support. It's at least interesting.
It's versatile, right? If you want to use it as an early play killer, you can. But if you're hitting something smaller with it, you also can get a benefit.
It's also potentially, even if you can't hit over, just a 2 soul beater in the end game.
Yeah, I like the fact that it gets another soul too. I think it's a very versatile card and something you can splash in and search it up when you need it.
You're in green.
I could see.
reasonable.
It's better than the Elsa,
Flashing
and
in.
I've always thought you could play the Elsa in
Yeah.
Re-Zero. So I think it's okay-ish, but like it's not a lot of power it gains. So it's kind of rough killing level 3.
Yeah.
Dina's
Extra
right. I do
soul,
like
though.
that card.
All right, next.
We got.
Back around to you, Andy.
I don't know who she is yet.
Layer.
Layer. The Slayer. For each of your other Raise Suilon characters, she gets 100 power. When the battle opponent gets reversed, if you have the gold bar over there in your climax zone, you can put that character into. You can clock shoot your opponent's character. And during the turn you play it, at the start of your encore step, you get a heal.
It's an encore step healer like
It's
Mocha,
Jr.
but it's a clock kicker. Swings in at 12.
Lord.
Seems pretty vanilla.
Yeah.
It's just like a climax combo on reverse clock kick.
Yeah,
It
this is
does
pretty
enable you to
whatever.
run like the 8 gold bar strategy and stay mono raises Sulan, other than having to use the Mocha finisher to get the extra gold bars, if you know what I mean.
If you're gonna run 8 gold bars, then you like splash the Ron because she's not trait restricted. Or wait, she only searches Afterglow, right? Yeah, she only searches Afterglow. Never mind.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I think on reverse clock shoot, it's fine, but I'd rather see it as an off finisher than as your primary
Hmm.
finisher combo. But
It's a climax.
you
Yeah.
do get a heal and a clock shoot on the same card, and a
Oh.
power boost, which you wouldn't see that combination of effects if it wasn't a climax combo.
Gonna give it a middle of the road C. It's like a Raise a Sweeland finisher option, but like, I don't like it.
You know what it reminds me of? Like the Goblin Slayer level 3 for 8 gate. It's like kind of a Swiss Army knife.
Or
Kind
it's
of
like
like all
it
around.
heals, it clock kicks.
It heals, it burns, and it's big.
I guess. Mixture of effects. All right, next, Ryan suit.
All right. Our music, Himari. When this card is placed in your hand, draw 2 cards, discard 1. When this card attacks, if the bar is in your climax zone, 1000 power. Mill 2. For each alarm you hit, burn 1.
Alarm or event.
Yes. Has alarm or is an event. 1. I mean, pinging is fine.
I think this is worse than the Ron from Girls Men Party 1. Just a climaxless Ron. I'd rather pay 1 for somewhere between 1 and 3 damage than like literally probably a chance at no damage. Pretty bad.
Considering this is a finisher and you're usually compressed on your last deck, I can't imagine
Yeah, this
being
is
being able to consistently burn 1 twice.
2 cards isn't enough. This is just not good.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
not.
like a F.
Like most Afterglow cards.
Yeah.
I don't like. It's the same thing I don't like about the other run that makes you mill for the number of alarm cards you hit. You just have to run so many alarm cards.
Well, hey, at least that
And there's
card
only
is
a
also
handful
a
that are, like,
Ricky.
worth running.
The Ron level 3 is like also a Ricky when it's in clock, and also like Mills 3, and it has a much higher chance of at least burning 1.
And it's also splashable.
Yeah, it's like you just can't run. Like this is garbage.
Yeah, not a fan.
Unfortunate. All right, we got Raise Your Hands lock. If you have no other characters, it gets 1500 power in the following ability at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase. This is a runner. When this is placed from hand to stage, look at the top card of your library, put it on the top or on the bottom or in the waiting room. So surveil 1, and it has hand drawn art. Wow, crazy.
Her hands are not raised.
So if she's alone, she's a 3500 free runner that also surveils on play.
It only goes to the middle. It's not a free runner.
Oh, it's only the middle? Fuck.
Right? Front row, center.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Beer goggles.
But it has to be alone.
Yeah, it does have to be alone.
B+.
I hate that it has to be alone, actually.
Yeah, that's the deal breaker here.
Like a C+ for me.
It's not
like,
a deal breaker.
Yeah, B-.
Okay, maybe it doesn't get the
Oh wait,
plus,
it doesn't
you could say,
run
yeah.
if it doesn't run unless it's alone as well.
Yeah, it doesn't run
Yeah.
unless it's alone. It
Oh.
can't run.
Okay.
So here's what I like about it.
Oh, damn. The big drop.
No, this card's
It's
actual garbage.
No, it's not. This card's great.
Actual garbage.
No, the fact that it has to be alone to run at all. The other ones can
It's
run.
the same thing I like on every card that has a scry effect that I put on a pedestal. It's the same reason. It is a great card to get turn 1. It's a great opener, but it's still good late in the game.
It's
The Chevelle is good all game long.
the fact that it can't run at all. The
Turn
other
1, it's 3500 middle row runner.
the other cards
Throughout
can
the
run
game,
when they whiff
prevail.
though. The other cards can run even when they don't have power, though. This one can't. That's the big problem here. I think it just drops
True,
it
it's
even
not
more.
always a runner, but
Like, I don't know. We're talking about
They'll
Phil
look it up.
plusing zeros here. Like a C just because I like Surveil. It's like, bleh.
all right, I'll drop it to B. I guess you can't snowball with it like you can other runners. You know, like if you have Armin runners, you can like have multiples of them on the field at the same time, applying pressure. Or even though this is going to survive your first turn,
Just doesn't do
you
anything.
can't. It kind of keeps you from playing anything else on your second turn.
It's like RAS only. You might run this.
But man,
It's like-
I really do like the combination of 3,500 runner with on play Surveil.
Comes at too steep of a cost, dude.
Why
Too
do you think it's
much.
unplayable, Dean?
Oh, it's like because it has to be alone. Like if this card's not even live turn 2, because turn 2
Yeah.
you have to commit a second card to the board.
Yeah, that's what made me drop it down to a B.
But like, okay, you commit a second card to the board, your card no longer runs. It can't even like play around anything. It's just a garbage card. It's straight up like, why would you ever put your deck for a
Because
strike?
most level
Yes.
zeros will become garbage cards at the end of the game, but this one you can play at any turn just to put a shitter out and get a decent effect.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do that, why would you just not play Chisato?
Which Chisato? There's too many Bang Dream sets at this point.
Oh,
Like
the
the
Chisato
35
that gets the
with
marker.
Futaba?
Yeah, like why would I
yeah.
play this over that?
I mean, you never would. Is the answer.
This run is only live for a single turn, and it's only if you go first. If you go second, you don't use this.
If you go second, this card doesn't function at all.
I guess you could with the Futaba just look at the top card and leave it there. You don't have to. You don't
Well,
have
yeah,
to mark
because
it,
the
right?
Futaba is a good card. And this is a bad card. The problem. The more we talk about it, the more I hate it. It gets worse. Like, the longer we drag on, the more I hate it. Like, Surveil is good, but, like, I can only hold on to Surveil for so long. So I just, like, yeah, I mean, like, I would never fucking play this card. I probably wouldn't play this card in a RAS deck. I would rather play an off-band level 0 as my plusing 0 than play this. This is pretty bad. The art's good. That's all I got.
About all there is.
Alright, more good art. Next card.
Cool.
Who dis?
I think this is me, right?
This is Dean, I believe.
Yeah, Dean.
Yeah, cool. 1-0 during your turn for each other raise a sullen. It gets 500 power. It's 4K base, so it's a 6K on your turn. If you can manage to put 5 cards on the board. And it has accelerate. Music character from waiting room to bottom of clock. At the beginning of climax phase, if so, gains 2/5 power. And on reverse, you get to grab a layer, raise your hands, which is the same card, or a tie playing melody, which is a 2/1 counter, it seems.
I believe it's just a 31.
salvage it.
3,500 counter. No, it's a memory kick counter. It's a 3K memory kick counter.
It's a memory kick counter, but it's still like a clock self, no climax plus.
Yeah.
Swings in at like 8/5, right?
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but it's also once again it accelerates. I don't think accelerate's a good mechanic.
Ooh, this accelerates different though. It's music character from waiting room to the bottom. It's not blind off the top.
Right.
Were all the other accelerate cards like that too?
Yeah, the other accelerates were.
From the booster, yeah.
I'm just so used to. I thought accelerate automatically meant top of the deck.
No, it just means clocking yourself and losing.
Damn.
Well,
I think
that
it's
actually gets rid
playable.
of. That's like one of the main drawbacks of accelerate is you don't know what you're putting in there. But at least you know what you're putting in with this. But anyway,
The 2 cards it adds are like itself is fine. The other card is but it is another target.
Yeah.
It's all about being able to get that plus.
Yeah, if it's just a plus. I mean, it's a B in the context of Razor Suilan. Otherwise, like, you can't play it. I mean, you can only play this in Razor Suilan. Can't play it in anything else. So, whatever. Next.
All right.
It's you, Andy.
Got Mocha again. Climax combo off of yet another gold bar. When you play the climax, if this is in your front row and you have Afterglow characters, choose one of the following abilities and you get one of them. When this attacks, you can blind stock, or on reverse, salvage. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that you can, if you want like a hard salvage, like an on reverse combo, you have that option. But if you're in a matchup, like maybe against AOT or I don't know, some set that's doing something to deny you your on reverse combo, you still get something out of it. I really like
you
that.
could snipe a lane whenever. Makes it pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's playable. Like a
It's
straight
okay.
beat. Yeah, it's fine. It's on gold bar.
The fact that it gives you something something to do when you can't hit over the lane that it's across from.
Yeah, compared to the Minami combo where you have to get a reverse. You can have a selective on reverse effect with this, or you could, in cases where that's not possible, you still get something out of it. I actually really like that card a lot.
Makes it so you don't feel bad if you've set up your level 1 and your opponent does something ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Minami, so.
Alright. Moving on. You, Brian.
All right. We've got masking, blunt kindness. When you accelerate, if you have 4 or more cards in your clock, you pay 1 stock. If you do, heal 1. And rest this, choose a RAS character. It gets 3k power till end of turn. So 1/1.
So it makes you pay 1 instead of take damage, but only when you have 4 or more cards in your clock.
That's
It's garbage.
maybe okay occasionally, but
Don't like it.
too situational, I think. Yeah.
If this was like 1-0 with the second effect and nothing else, maybe it'd be fine. I hate it. I don't like this at all. It's like D.
It's a bit too limited. I don't know why there's the restriction that
Only to raise a Suilan.
I was thinking like the accelerate restriction, like why does it have to be 4 or more cards in your clock? It seems
Because
like
you
a
Balancing.
pointless restriction. Because I mean, you're still paying 1. The whole point of accelerate is that it's free, so you're paying 1 instead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else to say
But
about
it's broken when you do double of this. What are you talking about?
Pay 2, heal 2.
Yeah,
It is broken.
your accelerates
That
become
is-
heal.
Well, your
Now this-
accelerate was heal 1.
3/8 double neg soul heal 1.
Broken.
So
Anyway, it's Ron. The 2/1 backup, 3k backup. As alarm, it's the top card of your clock. If you have 4 more other Afterglow characters, at the beginning of your climax phase, you can pay 1. And if so, bounce a character. Bounce for Afterglow. Only in
Pretty
opponent's front row. It's pretty good. They didn't have bounce. Now they do.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's playable backup. Yep.
They didn't have bounce.
That
If
would
you're
do.
playing Modern Afterglow, gotta play this. Play in the meta, I guess.
Helps you hit the high level of alarm cards you need for the mill finisher sword.
Yeah.
Too.
Gives one of your backups alarm.
Like, I mean, you can make the case to run like 2 or 3 or 4 of this in a deck because
It has alarm.
it's a good card with an alarm clock on it.
The fact that you do have to clock it makes it a little bit scary at endgame, though. You want the bounce. But,
Well, it's like accelerate, you use it when you need it.
I guess, yeah.
It's just with the Afterglow.
You can do it whenever.
trying to push,
You can
need
do
to
it at
have
any level.
critical mass of alarm cards.
Ooh.
Even if you're not using the alarm clock, the alarm effect, it still has the alarm clock on it.
You could bounce at level 0. You could do it.
Synergy.
Broken. Alright, next.
Next card, 2/1 Sumugi, 6/5. Pay 1 when it's placed on hand from placed from hand to the stage. It gains the following ability. What is this? Is this a clock bomb? No, wait. No, when it kills a level 2 or higher, you get to heal. And on attack, it gets 1,000 times the number of on your stage and or clock. So if you're at like 2/6
with a bunch of alarm cards, this is a bazillion power.
Dude, I'm giving this what it deserves, and that is a D-. This
is a meme. This is a meme.
Don't play this.
Meme card.
Yeah.
Meme card.
We do like healing though.
Meme.
Yeah.
Meme healing though.
I won't rate it anything other than meme. This card doesn't make sense. Next card. Well, this card makes less sense. Andy, you can tell us about this card.
Oh, it's this card.
The Himari level 0. Place from hand to stage. Choose one of your Afterglow characters to get 2k for the turn. Alarm at the beginning of your main. Beginning of your main phase, you can go AAO. You say that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You say that. If you do,
Yep.
your opponent can also say it back to you, and if they do, all players search their library for a character show to their opponent, put in their hands. So you can both plus if you agree to both plus.
Yeah, this card's broken.
Yeah, broken card.
It's broken because I would probably accept their offer. I'd be like, hell yeah, I get a free plus. My opponent gets one too, but Weiss is a solitaire game, so you just always assume that your plus is better than theirs.
Exactly.
Is this real talk? Is this card playable?
Yeah, I can't tell if you guys are joking.
Hell yeah, I would play this.
I'd play around with this.
Real talk.
I'm a meme lord.
I don't even know what you're supposed to do if your opponent puts this in their clock. I'm pretty sure.
What do you do?
What do you do? I'm pretty sure I would let them get their search because I would get my search.
Yeah.
And if I chose my deck, I assume that my deck has the best combo, and I assume that anyone that's playing this deck, I don't know because like I would play this card. But at the same time, I would assume that anyone else playing this card would like have a worse deck than I do.
Oh, okay. So this is like a 4D chess card. Is what you're saying?
It's like, is the first effect reason enough to put it in your deck? Because your opponent can deny you the second effect.
No, the second
on its
effect
own,
is,
absolutely not.
the second effect is 100% why you play this card, and I think I actually don't know what you're supposed to do about it. What
Your
would you?
opponent can just deny you. They can just say no. I'm not going to say it.
I mean, I don't think you
and you're
deny
playing
them.
a bad
I think you both take the plus, and the fact that you get to not only respond, like in terms of you get to take a card that might be.
Why would I give my opponent the initiative with it? If I'm already sitting pretty.
No, that gives you the initiative.
6 or 7 card hand.
Because you get to respond to it.
I'm letting them search, and they can use their card immediately against me.
No, you search first.
Well, no, you both search at the same time at the beginning of your opponent's main phase.
You're playing this bad card in hopes that your opponent says, yeah, we can both search.
Well, no, I think that what Dean says holds a lot of weight, right? It's like when you go into a tournament, right? You say my deck is the best deck, and well, while that might not always be true, like theoretically, you go into the tournament and say I built this deck. This is the best deck. My search for one for free is so much more valuable than my opponent's. I'm going to take that search because I don't care what my opponent does, because not only they take their card, they get to use it against me, against my level 0s. They send me to fucking level 1, and I just have all my shit because they give me a free fucking plus.
What you're saying is this card is great to play in my Afterglow deck because I get a search. And when when I'm the opponent playing against this, I'm saying I'm so happy you played this card against me because I get a search.
Exactly. Everybody's happy.
They're more incentivized to let you have your search because they also get a search.
Yeah.
You're
hedging your bets.
Talking about if both players have to want to search. If you're telling me, "Hey, I want to search," as your opponent, why would I say, "Yeah, you can search"?
Because it's not about that.
Neither of us will search.
This isn't Magic. This is Weiss, where card advantage is king. Your opponent saying, "Hey, you want a free selective card?" And I say, "Hell, fucking yeah, I want a free selective card. Your deck sucks." Like that's literally
Your
it.
opponent's deck doesn't suck.
Your opponent's deck
I don't
does
know.
suck because your deck is the best deck.
Yeah.
Why would
Like-
you? Why would you play a bad deck? Like, right?
Yeah, and you get. The
I
benefits.
don't understand.
So
Your opponent
so-
just told
your guys'
you.
logic
Your
on this.
opponent, your BanG Dream opponent, just told you you get to search a free Aaron. Do you care what your opponent searched?
I might.
In what universe? In what fucking universe? I would take the Aaron every
Okay,
single
well,
fucking
in that-
time.
No. In that case, you're playing this card against me as Attack on Titan. Why would you be dropping this card on the field and saying, "Hey, you want to search"?
I could just
You don't
simply, I
you
could
clock
just
it.
simply not clock it. I could simply play it to the field.
Okay. But even if you clock it, you don't have to do the.
No, you
You
don't.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. So you get to choose. So you
Broken.
get. So when you play this card, when you clock this card,
So on the turn when you do choose to clock it, you're telling me I want to search something. There's something important I want to get out of my deck. And why would I just tell you sure?
because
If my
because
hands
you're
are
plus
fine.
as
Because
well.
there's something you want too. Yeah.
because there's something
What
you
if there's
want.
not something I want? What if I have everything I want in my hand because I got my combo?
Then you
I'm a
get to
good
say
player.
no. It's the fact that you get to choose. It's the
That's why
fact.
the card's bad.
Well, yeah.
He's saying
This card is
I don't
bad to
use-
put in your deck. When my opponent plays this card against me, it is a good thing. If you are running this card in your deck with the intention of cheesing me,
No,
it's not
I
gonna work if I know what I'm
legitimately think.
doing.
I legitimately think you get the percent.
I think you take the search every time, right?
I think Dean's making a 2-point. I think Dean's making a good point. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Carmen.
You just take the search every time because your deck is better. I'm saying the same thing
We're not
Dean is
talking
saying.
from the opponent's perspective. It's
Which is
why would
good.
you
No,
put
no,
this in your
because
deck?
look.
I'm saying the same
You
thing
put
Dean is
this-
saying.
This in your deck because you want the plus that it provides. It turns your clock draw into a draw 3. Draw 2, search 1. Your opponent wants it because, and you know that you're going to get the plus, or you should get the plus, because your opponent came in with the same mindset that your mindset is, I have the best deck, and that's why I'm playing this card, because I think my deck is the best, and I don't care that my opponent. But your opponent came to this tournament too, and they also think their deck is the best, or else they won't be.
Yeah, so you just both plus.
So both people go, I'm playing the best deck. So both of you grab a card. If your opponent doesn't grab a card, literally nothing matters. You did not bank anything on that card.
Yeah, nothing happened.
did-
Yeah.
You did not. Like, putting in a couple slots for this is so minimal.
Because you're playing Afterglow anyway.
Yeah. But,
Like-
dude, you could splash this. This card's splashable.
It is.
Well, the first effect doesn't function. But
That doesn't matter.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
The
I like
trade-off is you don't get what you want. If you want to get what you want, it's dependent on me saying yes.
No, it's
The
not.
trade-off on your end.
Literally-
Well, I
one
think you
deck.
always say
The
yes.
trade-off is you have to run this bad card in your deck.
You always say
It's
yes.
not splashable.
It is splashable. You just
I don't
always.
think you always say yes.
Your
If you asked
opponent
me
always
if I
say
wanted to
yes.
search and I had a good hand with everything I needed in it, why would I let you plus a card? Why would
And
let
I
you
say,
give me
oh,
one?
okay,
Because
all
you're
right.
obviously
I'll just,
blocking
I'll
the
just
player.
play the game normally.
With this hand of only perfect cards.
Like,
I think you always take it.
Like I'm
Yeah.
not just trying to be contrarian. I think this card's actually bad.
you just
I think-
always take it. You.
I think if you're playing an Afterglow deck where the 2000 power pump is relevant, then I think it becomes like
It's even more broken,
Fringe
dude. No.
playable.
Yeah,
no,
then
not
it's
even
even more
after the-
broken. Yeah, it's fine.
It's actually just green as well. Oh wait, never mind. No, it's not.
if you're playing an Afterglow deck, I'd maybe give it like
No, dude, this card is hella 4D chess. I
I'd
fucking
give
love
it like
it.
a C if you're playing normally. If you're not playing Afterglow, I think this card is a legitimate F. I don't think it's a good card.
I
I
think
think this
that
card is legitimately bad.
I think you are way
And you're
too
stupid
locked
if you play
into a Magic. I think you're way too locked into a not Weiss like way of thinking with this card. I think that in Weiss, which is a far more of a fishbowl game than any other of the other games you play, which I don't think is a controversial statement.
Mhm.
This is a very, very interesting and like baity card. There, you clock it, and you draw your 2 cards. You look down at your hand and say, and you just say AAO. And if your opponent says AAO, you go, oh, you're fucked now, brother. You just take literally anything. And if your opponent says no, you say, you think you're fucking smart, fucker? And then you fucking kill him anyway. Because you just drew 2 cards and you're playing a fucking deck that can do anything because every fucking Weiss deck, even fucking bad decks, can just do anything and access any zone whenever they want and do whatever they want. Because this is a fucking ridiculous game. So if you're just saying your opponent, hey, what if we just both fucking plus?
AAO is when you're trying to get like a one-turn kill on me.
Absolutely not. You just fucking say it every single fucking time. Because Andy, people, I'm saying it. The reason this card is strong is because people like you that overthink it and then deny it. Like, honestly, that's a big part of it. The fact that you're overthinking it and saying, oh, free plus, why would I not take that? The fact that you're overthinking it makes this card strong.
And you get the initiative.
It is a free plus because this game is a fishbowl game. Your opponent doesn't matter. Your opponent is nothing but a meat bag that takes damage and dies because this is Weiss Schwarz.
You always have 3 characters on board. Opponent always has
interaction is a fucking meme, dude. That doesn't fucking happen in Weiss Schwarz. You just fucking miracle everyone and kill them. It doesn't fucking matter. So if you say no, who fucking cares? You just clock drawed like normal. If your opponent says yes, oh well, that's a fucking free card. Like, it's just a free card. It's free.
I feel like you all like are pranking me on this one. Like you all like.
We're not pranking you.
We're legitimately a garbage card.
We're just making fun of you for overvaluing disruption. Like good friends.
Not even disruption.
I mean, in general.
You legitimately think it's an S tier card.
Messing with your opponent's strategy in Weiss means almost nothing. I'm convinced.
I legitimately...
I know you're just giving me a hard time a little bit, but if you were honestly rating it, you would give it an S.
It's not an S tier.
It's not an S.
No. I non-ironically try to fit 4 of this into any deck right now just to see what happens first.
Okay.
Go ahead. Because can you imagine, or shoving 3 to 4 of these into a deck, right? Pulling out some of the utility zeros a little bit, and then putting these in. And just seeing how it works, because I'm pretty sure most people give you this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 95% of people.
Play is to tell the search. This makes your BanG Dream deck work so much better when you just get the search. It helps your deck function so much better.
The 5% of people that think like Andy, right? And say I value denial, you just go, oh, okay, and you just carry on like normal, right? And then
everyone else, it
doesn't matter.
To me, it sounds like if my opponent's an idiot, I get to win more. If my opponent's thinking about the game and taking it seriously, then I took my.
It's not that clean cut though. It's really not that clean cut. Like if I were rating this seriously, I would give it probably a B+.
I'm being super serious. I don't.
Yeah, no, I'm being serious too. I'm saying that if I were rating this seriously, I would probably give it a B+. I do agree with Dean. I think the correct play as the opponent is to take the plus every single fucking time. Because when you go to a tournament, you assume that you are playing the best deck. When I go into a tournament, I say, my opponent's deck is garbage. I disrespect my opponent. You disrespect your opponent first until they prove themselves to be a smart player. And the second you slam this card down and clock and your opponent doesn't say AAO, you go, oh, okay. That in itself is information. But it doesn't fucking matter. You fucking invested nothing in clocking this card at all.
Maybe I'm just giving Weiss players too much credit.
It's not even about bad players. It even gives you a read on good players. Because if your good player says, oh, my deck's fucking better than yours, I'll take that fucking free plus. But then you say, oh, I'm BanG Dream, and you gave me this free plus. Do you know how much valuable a free plus is to BanG Dream? A free selective plus from deck is to BanG Dream than it is for any other fucking deck that just can't fucking do that? I think that's the big thing here.
Then Carmen, okay, let's say I'm the one playing BanG Dream against you.
Yeah.
I'm playing this card against you. After everything you said, that BanG Dream does more at the free plus than anyone else, why would you ever say yes to it?
Because I want the fucking free card.
Hey, Carmen, I want to search.
You just gave me an 8-card hand. You just gave me a fucking 8-card hand. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm me.
Your 8-card hand doesn't matter.
There's the thing. I'm me. I don't care about you. I'm me. I'm playing Weiss Schwarz. Like, I'm me. I care about my strategy. I care about executing my strategy first. Disruption is second. If I need that fucking one card, and I fucking want that one card, and I think it's more valuable than whatever the fuck you're doing, based on looking at your grave, based on your deck state, based on how many cards are in your hand.
Now you're actually thinking though. You're saying I'm gonna look at your board state. Your
Well,
deck
yeah,
and
I'm gonna
make my
play the
decision.
fucking game. I'm gonna play the fucking game
I'm
for
not even gonna look
someone.
at your board state. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I want my fucking card. I'm just being honest.
I mean, and that's the joke, right? Is that a card in hand in Weiss is fucking everything, right? If you're just telling me as my opponent, I'm going to give you a free selected plus from your deck. I'm going to thin your deck before you go to attack. Before I go to attack.
If we're both at level 3 and I clock this for turn, you're gonna let me search.
Oh yeah, you removed a card from my deck.
Okay,
Maybe.
okay, wait
Alright,
a second.
That's a very
Level
very different situation, but
Level 3 is way different. Like,
yeah,
that's
level
like
0.
Level 0 and 1? Hell yeah, every single time.
Oh, level
give
0
you
and
a
1,
read.
it's different. So I was talking like more about like level.
You're gonna use it?
Okay, yeah, we were probably thinking about
Three.
weird scenarios.
So you know what? Even at level 2! Even at level 2, you could probably get this to go off. Actually, the only time you wouldn't get this to go off is at level 3. At
Yeah,
level 2, your opponent will still give you the plus because they'll still be setting up their top end probably.
So this is what you're saying when you clock this card. You're saying this is a disrespect card, right? Where you clock it and you say my deck's better than yours. Give me the fucking plus. And your opponent says my deck is also better than yours. So you both plus.
It's just a game of chicken.
Yeah, it's a game of fucking chicken. This is chicken on a card.
No, yeah, you play this card so you can look your opponent in the eye and say AAO, and then watch as the equations fly around.
I mean,
would
like,
think-
yes,
I would
this,
say yeah.
this card, like, yes, okay, when your opponent plays against you, there are things you have to think about. It isn't as just clear cut as you always take it. However, like, if you're talking about a tournament environment, I'm not talking about our locals, where our locals are fucking crazy insanity, that like no other region of Weiss Schwarz ever experiences. And I mean, I guess Dean at this point has experienced it. But like at an actual big tournament, if you play this card, like most people are going to give you the plus because they think their deck is better than yours, and you're hedging your bets against that when you play this card. Am I better than my opponent's, and also is my deck better than my opponent's deck? That's what you're asking yourself when you play this card. So I do agree with Dean. It'd be very interesting to just run high counts of this cards and see what the fuck happens.
Mhm.
I think that's a worthy experiment. I think that's a very reasonable way to look at it.
This is like the most ridiculous fucking card we've seen in a long time. I'm glad that English players have to say AAO. It's not fucking in some of like American
Well,
players have to fucking say this shit.
It might be.
NA.
See how they localize it.
You have to scream it. There's exclamation points at the end.
Yeah, you do have to
You
yell
have to
it.
get up and stand on your
I
chair
would-
and scream it.
I would judge my opponent if they didn't say it with enough enthusiasm.
Oh, I can't wait until we get Konosuba movie and I can Chuny introduce myself to my opponent.
Wagyu, Brian! Oh, I probably said that
Do you else
wrong.
Have anything else, or should we? We spent a long time on this one.
I am really drunk. Next card.
Okay, whose turn to read is it?
I don't even remember.
Let's just start over. Andy, you just read this card.
No, I've read the.
I'll read this one. I don't
Yeah,
give a
you do it,
shit.
Dean.
All right, go
Boom.
ahead.
This card is Chisato, but in the same set that Chisato is already in. So now we have 2 Chisatos and pastel palettes.
So you can run 8 of them.
Yeah, but it also markers this event that I don't know if you play, but even if you don't, this card is Chisato. You can play 8 Chisatos in BanG now. This is fucking broken.
8.
But it only markers pastel palettes.
So it's only pastel palettes.
But pastel palettes is now the strongest BanG Dream deck confirmed.
All right. It's B- for Futaba.
I don't know actually though what
Broken profile.
2/2 is.
I don't know. We're not going to look at it until red.
Oh, well, that's cool. I guess
we'll
we'd
find out
never
later.
know.
Yeah, Futaba's a good profile.
Futaba's are like premium right now.
B- just because Chisato exists and can be run in any deck.
It's like, but it gives you the option. You know what I mean? Like this is either
You can play
better
six-
if you're pure
six-
pastel or
6 Chisatos.
If you're pure pastel, you play 8 of them. You just play 8 Jusadas.
Turn 1, you look at your opponent and you go, I may be going first, but I'm fielding a full board of level 1s.
A full board of
And
them.
then,
And then they go, oh no.
and then you dump your hand and they stare at your board of 3/5 level 1s and they go, oh no. For some reason, I'm playing Goblin Slayer and my biggest card is 3K. And I have to crash. Easiest game.
Easy game, easy life. Alright, next card. Andy, it's you. This is Rock.
what?
Was it Locke and Asuka? That's Cosme's sister's name? Asuka?
Cosme has a sister.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The only reason I know that's because looking at Bang Dream Set 1 cards, opening those packs.
She doesn't even have star hair. How are we supposed to know she's Cosme's sister?
Flip over the top 4 cards of your library, put them in your waiting room for each climax revealed. Salvage. It's just a salvage brainstorm, that's it?
It's a salvage ditch.
Yeah. It's
Oh, it's a spammer. It's a spammable brainstorm.
Oh, this is Ditch? Oh, I couldn't
Yeah.
read. I'm illiterate, boys.
It's a spammable.
This card is F.
Does Bang Dream have a spammable brainstorm?
Yes.
probably somewhere.
Somewhere.
Do they?
Well, I don't fucking know. I'm not gonna
I'm
look
sure,
for it.
I'm sure they do in one of their.
Can't give a brainstorm less than a C. So
If they don't, and then this is
They do have spammables.
maybe something you run. If you want a spammable brainstorm.
They already have spammables. They have a Hogami.
they do. I remember
That's
that.
a
Yeah.
that's a better band and has better art. CG art looks like garbage.
Broken. Look at these CG papers. All right, next, Brian.
All right, we have Lock, Glittering Longing. When this card's placed on the stage from your hand, you can pay 1, ditch 1. If you do search your library, use a character. It's a drop search. And when it becomes reversed, it goes to the bottom of your deck.
The 3K. 3K drop searcher. I don't know. Sal plays it. It's really bad at endgame, but like otherwise, it's fine.
Yeah, it seems all right. It's
I mean, this card is good enough for
Combos
Sal.
well with Gate.
Yeah.
playable.
It's,
No, you don't get. Do you like my shit post?
Yeah. It's a good ship host.
I don't know why
I
you'd
think
ever
it's
play
fine.
this over the
3K. Controls the board. Controls the board.
Told you it works with Gate.
Works with Gate, yeah. Broken. I mean, yeah, this card's good enough for Sal, right? So, gives you an option. 3K, it's like randomly big enough. You like open this as your only 0.
Yeah, basically an oversize, as we say.
And it's unrestricted for music.
and a set that can run 8 Futabas and has Kokoro as a drop searcher, you'd be an idiot.
Well, it's only if you're playing Pastel Palettes.
Yeah.
Huh?
The other Futaba is only for Castle Palettes.
It only markers Pastel Palettes characters. The new one we just read.
And also, that
If I ever open this card, I'm going to immediately shred it and destroy it. I would
What?
never, ever, ever play this card.
Why
Damn.
not? This card's fine. It's a 3K drop
Just forcing
searcher.
Kokoro.
It's a 3K drop searcher. It holds
you-
board.
You could be playing Spaghetti.
It holds
Fine.
board. Holds board. Why am I the one saying this? Holds board.
But does it have 2 souls in the middle position?
that is such an overrated ability.
Just holds board, dude. Fucking Sal plays this card.
We have a ton of other cards that hold board in Bang Dream at 0.
Like,
Not
just
really.
Tons of suicide options.
Suiciders don't hold
Already
board.
have
Ree.
Kokoro.
Suiciders don't hold board. They hold board against bad players. Ree. You just run them over. Ree. They don't hold board. Ree.
And this has a negative effect stapled on it.
It's fine. It's not a negative effect. It's fine. Next card. This is a fucking backup. When you use the backup, pay 2. If you do, choose one of your opponent's level higher than their current level characters and put it in the waiting room. Your opponent chooses a level 1 or level 0 or lower character. Puts it in the slot that character. This is level 1 anti-change for pay 2, but your opponent, if they're not an idiot, gets an extra stock off it because their character goes to waiting room, they replace it with a standing level 0.
Yeah, they still get the attack off in that lane.
Huh.
I guess it's okay as an anti-change backup. It gets rid of threats that need to be removed immediately. But
Dan, have you seen Bang Dream's anti-changes?
yeah, this is unfortunately pretty good compared to Bang Dream's anti-change counter options. But I hate it. So C.
I think I agree with you.
He incentivizes them from using Conan.
It doesn't cancel the attack, which is one of like the.
Well, it does cancel the
No,
attack.
it does
large-
cancel the attack.
But they
That's a
get a
large
swing
character.
again, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It doesn't,
they
like,
get a swing
stop
again.
them from hitting you, but it's definitely a very affordable backup cost.
Pay 1, pay 2, roll, backups free.
Like, it's a lot less steep of a cost. And usually, if you're anti-changing something, it's at level 2. I'm probably not really concerned about throttling damage. It's more or less just like get that rem off the table.
Oh no, I love the
Okay.
throttling damage. I love when my opponent doesn't swing for any damage at level 2. Please give me more turns. Yum 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 yum.
Well, yeah, obviously, but that's not like why you're searching out your anti-change. It's like get this.
Oh,
go out
you
of
search
this
out
rem
your
off.
you search out your anti-change for your opponent to play like an idiot inside you.
Right.
Got us to last week. Anyway, next card. Who is this?
This is Dean.
Me again. Cool. 1045. Ron. Alarm. Win this attack if the top card of your clock has alarm. So if you play the hey hey ho. And the battle opponent of this is higher than your opponent's level. Gets plus 6k. Destroy standby. Also, if it's on top of your clock and you have 3 or more Afterglow characters, you get to choose one of your characters and give it 2k. Damn. Early play Slayer for 0 stock. I'm actually a big fan of this. We can give this an A for Afterglow.
I actually really like that it just kills level 1, like level 2 standby targets.
Mhm.
I like that it can also kill level 3s. It like hits the power threshold where like some of the like plays
The
can get
bad
removed.
level 3s, yeah, it just could like
Yeah.
it could just like randomly kill shit. Yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I don't care about the second effect. The fact that it's costless, right?
Yeah.
Well, because even the error is a 1-run, right? Or is it a 1-0?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Saikano has a similar card that Japan plays to deal with standby targets that does a lot of work. I've been victim to it. Card's very good. This fulfills a similar role. But yeah, but the fact that it's costless is the big thing, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Costless has an alarm clock on it for your finishers.
All right. Next. Who dis?
This Annie.
I don't remember her name, but she during your turn, if you have another after gets 1500 power, so 6k on your turn, and when you attack, if you have alarm clock, if you have an alarm in your top card of your clock, you can pay 1 to twin drive. Don't like that this card itself does not have alarm.
I mean, Twin
Like-
Drive's pretty good,
It does have twin drive.
So you need to run a lot of cards with alarm
and this card doesn't
in
have
this
alarm.
decks.
It's got more
So,
synergy.
so the cards that you
hey,
don't have
hey,
with alarm.
ho.
the cards that you don't have with alarm are like precious few. I don't know if I want to be wasting a lot of slots on this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. Twin Drive
Works well
should
with
be
bag.
innate. Works well with
Twin drive's fine, but I mean you need to have the alarm, and then
yeah.
Right, and then you're playing alarm deck, and this card itself doesn't have alarm, which is the biggest flaw, unfortunately.
It's
don't
not
need to
even
play
cross turn. Fucking
Just sets at 45.
Just
on its
dies.
Turn, yeah.
yep. Just kind of garbage.
Okay.
Next.
We've got masking. Raise your hands. All of your opponent's characters gain Encore 2. It has Accelerate. Music character from waiting room, bottom of clock. The beginning of the climax phase, pay the cost. If you have another music character, you may pay the cost. If you do, this gains 3,500 power until the end of turn. So it's a 9,500 power. 1-0 gives your opponent's characters encore for 2.
I just want to draw attention to this poster in the background that is not the Foo Fighters, it's the Foo Spicy.
Oh.
Foo what?
The Foo Spices.
Look at the Foo Spicies. Look in the background of the art. The Foo Spicies instead of the Foo Fighters. Yeah, this card sucks.
That's bad, yeah.
This is unplayable. This is F.
Yeah.
Sucks.
But it gets to 9,500.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Is this me? This is just fucking sad Aya.
It is you, yeah.
This is sad Aya. You just fucking play this 3K backup, and when you back up, you get to fucking mill your own deck for the number of colors plus 1.
Ooh, it's a free fresh counter.
This is
I'm always out like 8, so.
I mean, every time I see an effect like this, I think back to the Levi counter in Attack on Titan. And just how
yeah, this is big brain Brittany mill 3 cancel on 1. I don't know. This is
But no, it's
I'm not a fan of these
D
cards.
because it's a backup. Yeah, it's just garbage. It is May. You can choose to not, so it could just be a vanilla 3K backup.
okay.
Oh, it is May. It is May.
Yeah, it is
makes
May.
it a lot more
It's
playable,
vanilla,
actually.
vanilla 3K.
D plus for May.
The fact that it's a May makes it like really solid. Usually these aren't May effects. I think usually you have to. Usually you do have to. The fact that it's
When you
restricted
have
based
to,
on
it's usually your
colors.
opponent's deck, which is a good thing most of the
I
time.
think the ones
so.
that are your decks you usually are forced to also. They're not choice effects.
The level 1 ones are, I believe.
I don't know,
All
the
right.
fact that you get to choose off this is kind of nice.
This art is funny. All right, next card. You, Dean.
Cool. This one is the 2-1. I don't know who the
Layer.
layer. Okay. 7K. On play, 1,000 times number of music characters. I always want to stop this, but we'll continue. Accelerate. Music character, bottom of clock, beginning of climax, gains 1,500 power. And on reverse, what is it? You may bottom deck that character and then blind stock 1. Okay, this is an F. You'll never play this. I don't
Yeah,
care
this
what
seems
does.
pretty garbage.
Mm,
I don't like it.
yeah, I don't like
Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is pack filler. Pretty garbage. Alright. Masking.
Alright, next card we got.
Masking.
When you play this from hand to stage, if you have 4 more other music characters, you choose a character in your waiting room and refund your stock. And when you attack with this, you pump one of your characters. You can choose herself, equal to the number 500 times all of your music characters, counting herself. So potentially free to play and can pump up to 2,500 on any lane when it attacks.
This is it's fine.
yeah.
I don't think it's that bad.
Maybe a one-of in certain decks.
I don't think it's that bad. It lets you
You
pay
really need to
out.
get over stuff.
It lets you pay out dirty stock in main phase and like replace it with guaranteed clean. But it's only at level 2. Can pump anything. And it does include itself, so it can pump for 2,500. That's fine.
I mean, you can play it down next to your early play, and that can be kind of nice. But
This is
I mean, as long as your early play condition isn't 4 or more other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give this what it deserves.
Damn, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'd never play it, right? In
Yeah.
a real deck. But in a
Even
vacuum,
in a deck, you probably don't play it.
yeah, maybe. I don't think it's that bad in a vacuum. But It's definitely not a good card. All right, last card. This event. Who got
Alright.
this?
This is me. Oh, what is this called? Eternal Sunset. Oh, this is that counter event I read before. Can't play it if you don't have an Afterglow character. Choose a card in your hand and an Afterglow character. Block and swap them. Choose an Afterglow character, and that character gets 2k until the end of the turn.
The 2K counter that clock filters you.
hmm
Do we care?
Lets you AAO again.
You can change your you can
It
throw an
does.
alarm clock into your you can throw an alarm clock into your clock zone on your opponent's turn.
He's right. You can do it. Wait, no,
Yeah.
that's not even cancel. You have to hide a lot with it.
You'd have to do it. Yeah, you'd have to cancel. If you
Wait,
can
what?
play him.
Wait, doesn't make you swap a card?
Yeah,
you don't
but
have
you'd
an
have
Afterglow
to.
character, you can't play this. So
You'd have to cancel. You'd have to
Choose a
cancel.
card from your hand and an Afterglow character in your clock and swap them.
You'd have to cancel
This
that
lets you
attack.
discard.
Oh,
It
I
doesn't-
see what you mean.
So it's a ditch out for climaxes.
Yeah, you can ditch anything.
No, you put it in your clock.
You could play it in main phase and like put a climax phase alarm into your clock and give some extra power.
So you AAO, and then you use this.
Get your AAO back.
Yeah,
Use
heck
it
yeah.
again.
So you got this.
AAO.
Every turn.
I mean, that's spicy. I don't even want to think about this. Like a C. No, it's like a D plus. Like,
Yeah, it's
I'd rather just play the bevy of 2K costless backups that BanG Dream has access to. Like
Yeah, I like
completely
being
off
able
color.
I like being able to search my backups when
Yeah.
I need them.
All right, so I hope everybody enjoyed us fighting about Himari for fucking like 15 minutes. Because that's
Say
1/4.
AAO against me. I dare you.
Yeah.
I'm
Bro.
just gonna look you in the face and say no every time.
Throw an AAO in the comments if you enjoyed this video. Like AAO and subscribe. All right, guys, that ends green. We'll be back next time with red and a new special guest. So we'll see you guys next time.